Let's keep it going with updates from India. India's grid just wrote a new chapter. This week, clean energy sources, solar, wind, hydro and nuclear supplied more than half of India's electricity. That comes even as system demand touched 221 gigawatts. That's peak hour stress on the grid, met by clean power. This didn't come out of nowhere. India crossed 50% non-fossil installed capacity back in June 2025, 5 years ahead of its Paris Agreement target. By March 2026, non-fossil capacity stood at about 284 gigawatts, with 275 gigawatts from renewables alone. FY 25 to 26 added a record of over 55 gigawatts of clean capacity, nearly double the previous year. But here's the data-driven catch. Capacity share and generation share are not the same thing. Coal still generates approximately 75% of India's electricity output. That is despite representing less than half of installed capacity. Solar and wind simply don't run at coal's capacity. So, a headline peak of 50% plus clean power at a single moment is real, but that is a peak and not a daily average. Still, the trend line matters more than any one snapshot. Bloomberg calculations based on Power Ministry data show that renewables accounted for almost 19% of electricity production in the quarter through June. That's a record share, even as scorching heat waves drove peak demand higher. Meanwhile, Coal India's output growth has flatlined. This feeds directly into India's COP26 commitment of 500 gigawatts non-fossil capacity by 2030. And its longer-term 2035 goal of 60% non-fossil capacity. India's energy transition is now measurable in grid data, not just policy documents. Coal exporters in Australia, Indonesia and South Africa are watching closely. And that is because every gigawatt of Indian solar is a gigawatt less coal demand down the line.